Welcome back, family. I'm super excited today. I am fresh from the camera store, Cardinal Camera here in Charlotte, North Carolina to be exact. And they had something in stock that I've really just been kind of plotting and scheming on for a little while now. And tax season was good to me. I'm going to shout out the CPA, Ms. Rhonda, for being the GOAT. I appreciate you. And I decided to just pull the trigger on this. This was kind of a spur of the moment thing, but I have been looking at it for a while. I've got an absolutely slamming unboxing for you today of the Sony 70-200 2.8 G Master. I've known for a while now that I wanted to add a 70-200 to my kit, and quite honestly, it's something that I'm super overdue for with all the event work that I do and stuff. And I was deciding between a few different options. You know, Sony's got both version 1 and version 2 of their G Master 2.8, along with the very reliable and well-priced F4 version. And along with those, I was also looking at the Tamron 35-150 and also the Tamron 70-180 2.8, which are both killer lenses in their own right. There are a few different reasons why I ended up going with the G Master 2.8 version 2, and mainly it's just because I've been experiencing some mindset shifts when it comes to my kit. What it really came down to was just wanting to make that move to having all native glass. And there's nothing wrong at all with third-party glass. I'm shooting on the Sigma 24-70 right now, which I have loved over the past couple of years. And that's one of the greatest parts of the Sony ecosystem is the plethora of great third-party options that you have. But I think that when it comes to user experience and resale value and just investment and everything, I think that the G Masters are the long play. So I want to make that move, and I thought that the 70-200 was the best place to start. I will give you the usual disclaimer as well, because y'all all know that I like to keep it real with the fam. I bought this with all of my own cash, so all thoughts are my own, and I have not taken it out of the box yet. I have been fiending to ever since I bought it, but I knew that I wanted to experience this with the fam, so we're gonna see it for the first time together, and my mouth is watering just thinking about it, so let's go ahead and dive in. I'll start by giving you guys the 360 view of the box. I think that's kind of everything to see here. So let's go ahead and dig in. Super excited right now. This is something I've wanted for a very long time. Looks like we've got our manual, maybe warranty information, everything like that. Super boring, but important to have. I keep all of this stuff because I am a neurotic pack rat. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the lens out. I am noticing already how much lighter this is. I have experience with both versions of this lens, and the version 1 definitely is a chunky boy. So I'm already feeling how much lighter this is just kind of holding it in the hand, and we'll get this out of the plastic now. Right off the bat, super nice case. Really like the feel of this. I already told you I'm a pack rat hoarder when it comes to bags. Y'all know this if you're a longtime viewer of the channel. So I'm gonna keep this one regardless, and I really like this kind of zipper feature that these have. And we've got some goodies in here as well. We've got a strap for the bag if you want to kind of sling it over your shoulder, which is always cool. And the lens itself is bubble wrapped in here. Also, the bag is lined with this nice kind of felt material similar to what's inside of your camera bag. And we will take the lens out. And yeah, this thing actually is super light. I don't know what the weight is exactly. I'll put it on the screen here, but it almost feels comparable to the Sigma 24-70. That is known to be a pretty hefty lens, and I think we're dealing with about the same weight here. All right, so we are now officially cooking with gas. We've got both the lens and the hood out of the bag, and yeah, this is definitely either the same weight or even a little bit lighter than the Sigma 24-70. Seeing this out of the box and holding it in the hand, it feels super premium and nice, and I wouldn't expect anything less from G Master Glass and how much they charge for these bad boys. So we've got our 3 switches that have to do with focusing, and then we've got our stabilization switch, and then we've got our stabilization mode switch. And the stabilization was one of the major reasons that I did decide to buy this lens. I do want to make the move to having stabilized glass because I recently picked up the FX6, and the FX6 does not have IBIS. And I think that making that move to having stabilized lenses when I'm doing run and gun work and everything like that will come super in handy. So another reason that I did decide to go with the 2.8 version 2 over the rest is because I think that it lends itself a bit better to video production. You know, you've got this updated, really nice aperture dial on here, feels really good, and you can declick it as well. So if you want a seamless transition between your aperture values, super cool to have, and I think it'll be a nice addition to my filmmaking. I am noticing as well that the lens hood is different, and I've noticed this in the reviews that I've watched as well. I think that the 2.8 version 1 has the more like pedal, it's got some cutouts in it, throughout, and I don't really know why they changed it, but I do think that I like this one a little bit better. This was a quick and easy one today. That was really all that was in the box. And before we move on to some test shots and footage and everything, I do want to address the elephant in the room with this lens, which is the price. The Sony 70-200 2.8 G Master version 2 comes in at $27.99, which in North Carolina, at least after tax, is right at about $3,000. There are for sure a lot of other things you could do with it. You know, I could have bought an A7 IV, I could have bought an FX30, I could have bought the majority of an A7R5, I could have bought a couple of primes. And I thought about it, you know, I could have bought a couple of Diesel Vespid primes. I've been looking at those, the Cinema primes. And at the end of the day, what it really came down to was just doubling down on my philosophy that zoom lenses are where it's at. If you've watched my recent video about the 24-70 lens, which I think everyone should have in their bag, then you'll know that I am a zoom lens guy through and through. I've been using them for years now, and the value of them to me is quite frankly priceless. I think that they are amazing. I think that for run and gun videographers and filmmakers, zoom lenses just make the job so much easier and more streamlined. You don't have to run around with a bunch of primes. You don't have to change glass all the time, especially with me in ballrooms. I do a ton of event work, and it's just, I'm trying to get different angles. I'm trying to get close-ups and, you know, wide shots and everything. And having primes is just such a huge pain on sites like that. I love to have zooms. I love to have options with focal lengths in the moment. I love zooms. I think they are great, and I think that everyone should at least consider one or have one in their bag. All right, so now that I've said my piece, we're gonna go ahead and move into some test footage, and I'm gonna throw some photography in there as well because I'm super excited to use this lens for that. I think it would be a huge loss to not use this lens for some photography. It's another reason why I went with the 2.8 version 2. I think that this is a super capable photo and video beast. So without further ado, we'll move to the footage, and I'll see you guys back here for the outro. Welcome back. Hopefully you like the initial shots I was able to go out and get with it. You know, I did that super quick. I'm definitely going to be posting more work with this lens, especially on my Instagram page, and I'm going to be talking about the lens a little bit more on my story. I'm more in the moment on my Instagram and everything, so definitely give me a follow over there. And while we're here, I really want to say thanks for 1,000 subscribers. This is such a huge moment. This is something I have dreamed about for a very long time, and I am stupidly thankful for it. My last video did extremely well. It was super unexpected, and it seemed like it really helped a lot of people. It seemed like it really resonated with them. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for tuning in, for checking it out, and for taking the time to comment, subscribe, like, and everything else. I really do appreciate the support so much. If you want to support the channel even more and just support me along my journey, I do have some Amazon affiliate links in the description. And it's really all stuff that I've used for a while now. It's all stuff that I have a lot of experience with. It's all stuff that I'd recommend to my good friends. So nothing weird or shady. It's there if you want it. Always remember that you are blessed and you are loved. And as always, I'll be back soon.